Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So tonight I'd like to share with you the bottom line standard if you really want to study the Wing Chun 1850. You need to know what I'm going to share with you here. So you know what is about this Wing Chun fighting training and the internal so forth. So let's start with this. So what happened is in the previous of my YouTube, I share on this 28-second KO in the Wing Chun competitions in China a few weeks ago. And due to this, so this competitor win. And due to this, I went to talk to the head of the school of this competitor. So this is the champion, him, and actually he is from my senior uh, Grandmaster Chan Fai school. So I have a long chat with Grandmaster Chan Fai from Chai Lei Fat, Hong Sing Chai Lei Fat. And what we agree with is that today is Chinese Kung Fu. Number one is a lack of standard, lack of standard. Like if you go to a school, a high school or university, uh, if it's a high school, there's a high school standard if you graduate. If you go to a university, then there is a standard and you have to reach that standard in order to graduate. And also in the school, the teacher of high school have to have the standard of the high school teacher. The professor in the college have to have that standard in order to be able to teach. Now the issue in Chinese Kung Fu is that there is no such standard. There is no such standard for the school or what you learn, and then there is no standard for the teacher. So because of there's no standard, it is a mess. Okay. And because the teacher also have no standard, everybody can be teacher or sifu. So I agree with Grandmaster Chan Ganfai on that. It is a problem. It is a disaster today. So Kung Fu have turned into like movies. So the following few details I want to share with you uh, from a different part of Wing Chun 1850. Please uh, put it in your mind because those are the standard of what you need to learn. Or else you're not going to learn anything. In today's world, Wing Chun mostly is like learning how to make movie. Okay, so one follow what the movie plays, and the Sifu taught what is in the movies, and the student is think like in the movie. They never really learn what it is. It's not like the Western boxing uh, student who really fight. The teacher know what is going on in the gym. Today's Wing Chun is not that. It's people, they live in their own mind. So their sifu, their lineage always is the ultimate. They will not be able to see what is outside, disregard of what I say or what I present or whoever present. It is that bad and brainwashed. So let's talk about the first thing I want to share with you. So today I got a friend, a Wing Chun friend, who messaged me in Chinese and I replied in English. So I put into Google right away, and so you can see. And here it said that I have a technical questions and would like some advice. For those who learn wrestling or BJJ, is it possible to quickly and skillfully control the opponent's center of gravity? And he said that because using push hand or chi sao or this translate of ear force is listening to force or thinking in Wing Chun to feel the jing or whatever take a long time. So my reply is it is best to practice your own on your own. Thinking alone is useless. If you never learn from a legit teacher, or you believe on your teacher who have nothing to do and never go fight like in this, and keeping thinking what your teacher said, you are actually is in a rabbit hole. Okay. So it is best for you if you want to learn Wing Chun for a fight, go test it out and learn from teacher who really have that standard, have the experience of fighting. So that's why I don't want to answer the question there. However, tonight I'm going to share with all of you. It is not that simple saying for those who learn wrestling or BJJ, is it possible to quickly and skillfully control the opponent's center of gravity because using push hand or chi sao or listening to jing or thinking technique or sensing techniques take a long time? This person have never really trained seriously for fighting. He doesn't know Wing Chun. Let me straight with you. Disregard what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, what he think, what advice he want to ask. The bottom line is because he never practiced. How can he know what it is? It's like you asking me, you know, like say you want to fly, swim in the butterfly style, but you never get down in the water. You never get into the pool. And you say, well, Hendrik, how do you swim the butterfly style? I have a, please give me some advice. There's my technical question. How the world you know what is a butterfly style in the reality? You don't. So all this, for those who learn wrestling or BJJ, is it possible to quickly and skillfully control the opponent's center of gravity? Because using push hand or listening to other people's strength take a long time. This just show that he doesn't know. He is a land swimmer, and that's why I say it's better for you to practice your own. Thinking alone is useless. It's like telling him, you want to learn swim, you go into the pool and swim, not standing on the land and then just keeping thinking. That's called land swimming. So I want to share with you on this. Is it possible to quickly and skillfully control the center of gravity? Well, if you really study Wing Chun 1850, you need to know a fight is about momentum. And in the momentum, stop thinking about to quickly and skillfully control the opponent's center of gravity. Stop thinking of that. In a momentum, you need to think about your own center of gravity first. You know your body, your center of gravity under the momentum, dynamic momentum play. You will be able to know your opponent. If you practice it, you will drill with it. So if you just talking about this using push hand or listening to force or cheese or what the heck is that? That's not living in reality. That means you never train. That means your Sifu never thought what is the real deal. So Wing Chun 1850 is a momentum game as well. I share for so many times, but people don't get it. Because their mind is brainwashed by their Sifu, their lineage, their ancestor, whatever heck, okay, or any legend or any movie. Say real fighting is dynamically playing the momentum game with the distance, angle, and level change. So you want to play that game? You need to do, as what I share, the recycling momentum. Now, when you do recycling momentum, don't you have to handle your own center of gravity? So don't you have to handle your own center of gravity in this regard of what martial arts, what fighting art? Don't you have to be able to handle your own center of gravity first and then play with it? Instead of just thinking that, oh, you're learning push hand, chi sao, fa jing, bullshit. Okay. That's why you go to that. You're not going to last 28 seconds. Okay. So you want to fight the bottom line of Wing Chun 1850 is you need to learn the recycling momentum. You need to learn this thing. This is another type of recycling momentum, up and down. Okay. This is in and out, back and forth, sideways, left, and changing and so forth. This is recycling, keeping changing. Okay, up and down. You need to know how to exert your body, exert your strength. Again, this is a momentum play. You have to handle your center of gravity. It is about momentum and your strength. And of course, you have to have play with this Red Boot, uh, this the Red Boot training band here to handle your momentum. Okay, so you have the Red Boot training band, which is I share, so that when you move with your recycling momentum, everything you always have to deal with the strength, which is pull you back, like your opponent's going to resist you, and that's how you learn about your momentum and your opponent's momentum. And of course, you need to crush your body because when the two-person coming in, it is never perfect connection or control momentum. You go find even the grappling range, or you go find even in the fighting range, your body is going to have impact. And Wing Chun 1850 is a sticking body short strike. Your body will crush in. Somebody try to grab you, you're going to crush him. Somebody try to take you down, you're going to crush and all kind of stuff. And you need to learn how to get in. And people are going to strike you, you're going to get in. How are you going to handle this momentum in and handle his momentum? You need to learn how to shoot him with the first shot, bounce him out. Okay? You just crush him with his body. This is a short strike. Your leg go in, your leg go in, crushing your body going in. You want to talk about listen to Jing and all sort of using the fudging stuff. You can take his Jing, take his strength and shoot him out because you have all this training. You have all this recycling training. And of course, you're going to struggle too. That's reality. Okay? That is reality. So when people ask me on this thing, for those who learn wrestling or BJJ, is it possible to quickly and skillfully control the opponent's center of gravity? Because using push hand or listening to strength instead of ear force here, this the translations is the computer doesn't know, the AI doesn't know. Okay. You know right away. He never go through all this thing. He doesn't know this is the momentum. What is the momentum? What is momentum in fight? He have never trained in the recycling momentum up and down, sideways, exerting the strength and the resistance, using the Red Bull resistance training with the recycling momentum. Never have this crushing in and don't know how to get in and how to shoot your opponent, crush him, how to take the strength, listen and take the strength, and how to struggle or how to talk the thing out. So this is the first thing. If you don't know what it is, you never swim before, you keeping sitting beside the swimming pool and thinking what your teacher tell you, what your sifu tell you, and then what you think and what the other people say. So it's like a Grandmaster Chen Ganfai told me, Sir Hendrik, no standard for what is the curriculum, what need to learn, no standard for the teacher, everybody is sifu. What is that? Movie? It is movie. So that's the first thing I like to share with you. If you never have all this training, forget about it. Don't call it the Wing Chun 1850, okay? If you don't know about this, it is a momentum game. You never have all this thing training. Forget about fighting art. You're doing movie. So I never like to reply on that center of gravity stuff because what is the point to reply to a person who's learned swimming? No matter what you do, what you say, how you advise him, He never listened anyway. Okay. So you're not going to last 28 seconds. For those kind of thing, if you meet somebody who is aggressive and active, you're lucky if you last 5 seconds because it's going to charge you in right away and KO you. The second thing, you know him, right? You watch him in the Yip Man movie, right? This is him. Heart problem a few months ago. Age of like a 51, heart problem. Well, you see how, it's good fighting, hand techniques, heart problem. Why the hell is like this? If you take this kind of movie actor as your idol, you'll be screwed 100%. Because those who act in a movie or have action, it's not necessary they know what the heck they're doing. So what you need to know, you need to know in your training, you have this chi neurosing training, fitness training, and strengthening training. Fitness training is like train your aerobic endurance. Strengthening training is for fighting, is like training your anaerobic endurance. Chi neurosing is for your recovery training. You need to know this. It's not all those hand techniques. I'm the real Wing Chun. Or is this hand technique bullshit? Okay. If you do not know this, you cannot avoid problem to you, especially after 40 something. Like he's not a fighter. Okay. So he's a movie stars. And if you cannot take care of yourself, it is really sad that you end up this way. And once you get into this, you have trouble to do your job because once you have the heart problem, you cannot do something high intensity anymore. So if you don't know this, the three types of training in the 1850 Shiu Lian Tao or the Wing Chun, forget about it. You couldn't even take care of yourself, okay, for your health. And yet, if you look at today in the sports science, they all have the recovery, they have the aerobic base training, aerobic endurance training, anaerobic endurance training. If you never even heard about what I'm talking about here, you know what serious problem you are in. Again, this is the problem with you don't have a standard curriculum which is supporting that field you are studying. You don't have the teacher who be able to teach you because they have no idea what the heck it is. Okay? So this is the second thing. If you don't know this three type of training, you don't know how to take care of your body. Same with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee doesn't know all of this too. Bruce Lee keeping doing the anaerobic training. So he end up with who he is. This is a tragic, but that's about 60 years ago. Today, sports science is a different story. The world is keeping moving, we all have to learn. And this three type of training is I know what it is. I learn what it is. It is written as what it is. The Chinese have it. So right now we're using sports science. We know, oh, what is that? What is it going to do with the body? Okay. So you need to learn how to condition your body, take care of your body. You don't just go doing this kind of thing. You just don't not going to do this kind of thing, this kind of training without knowing what is going on here. Because the fighting training is on all this, the strengthening training is mostly anaerobic. Okay. So take care of your body. Know what you're doing. Your body have no spare parts. If you screw it up, it's really sad. And like this, it is really sad. Of course, you have family to feed and so forth. And that means you cannot do high intensity action anymore. It is really sad. Can you continue on your career? Right. I'm saying here not to step on people, but to show you the example that we have to watch out. Okay. Now, the third thing I want to share with you is people love to talk about boxing principle, queen quit. Now, like this one, the relationship between frontal and angle stance through hand techniques. The shoulders serve as the meridians in the angle stance. Okay. 偏山以搏为主. All this thing is pretty screwed up. This is again land swimming. Land swimming. Queen quit is not this kind of thing. Many people in today's Wing Chun is keeping talking nonsense Chinese term like this. 偏山以搏为主. Yet they don't know what the heck it is. It's just they listen from somebody's, and then also, oh, this grandmaster told me this and everything. And then they thought, oh yeah, this is the ultimate truth, like you're quoting the Bible. So you're land swimming and you're quoting the Bible. Are you thinking, yeah, Moses, you can walk on water? Or let the Red Sea split that you can walk on it? That's what it is. So let me share with you on this all this thing. Okay. Instead of thinking about the solar serve as the meridians, angle stand, and all this thing, nonsense. One need to learn how to get in. This is a center line. Center line is a center line. How you get in is the name of the game. Which angle you get in. It's not talking about this is a center line. This is if you're square or the what the frontal square 正山 Wing Chun. This is the center line, and then you pin san. This is forget about it. Center line is center line. The Chinese call that center line. Okay. The key is how you get it in. You're not going to fight like today. Okay, if you're square Wing Chun, you fight this way. If you are a slant body Wing Chun, you fight this way. Forget about it. This is the reality. People don't fight you this way. People go slant in like this. They cutting you through. This is a real Chinese. This is a real Shaolin martial art. It's called inward wrapping. Open up the left and right corner. You open up the corner. Okay. It's not standing there punching this way or standing side slant body punch. No, it is not. It is not about this line. It is about what angle you have to know how to get in. It's like a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu player. How to do a takedown. There are different ways. But if you're just keeping talking about this, or is the queen queen like it's a quote from the Bible and all this thing, you don't even know what it is you're doing. And you don't know how to get in here. And back to the first thing, back to this. Because you have no idea on what the heck is going on about fighting or about swimming. You keeping talking about this, your idea, my idea, you think that you're going to help you how to swim? Now, this thing, of course, is linked with your plum flower footwork. Didn't Wing Chun always talk about plum flower footwork? So your opponent is modeled as a plum flower here, and how you need to get in, how you need to get in. So it is nonsense, ridiculous when people say this is Jing San Wing Chun, this is Pin San Wing Chun. Nonsense. Why? The plum flower footwork is already tell you. It is dynamic. It is changing of the angle, keeping changing of the angle. Remember, as the teaching of General Qi Ji Guang, it is about dynamically playing the momentum game with the distance, angle, and level changes. Who the hell have this Jing San punching this way, Pin San doing this nonsense? Again, if you do that, you're not going to last more than 28 seconds. You're not. 5 seconds. Just go in, charge in with this. You just watch him, you bait him, you get in. It's like Western boxing, isn't it? Our friend who know Western boxing versus the guy who don't know Western boxing, give you a setup and move in to KO. 5 seconds. Martial art is like that. Fighting is art like that. It's not a movie. And if you want to talk about the concrete internal, like these days, everybody have this research. I have this internal Tai Chi and everything. Tonight, I like to share with you all this bullshit. For past 130 years, I never see a single person know this, what I'm going to share with you. Okay? It is too much, man. So right now, come to the West, and then people in the West say you have this Tai Chi, this is internal, that internal, this is bullshit. And I'm going to prove to you, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to show the entire world about this. You guys don't know about what is internal. And in fact, none know for past 130 years. But the Chinese, ancient Chinese know. So this is like what? You watch the Matrix movie, Neo at the last call up the computer saying that I'm going to tell the people, okay? Now, this is the concrete, the writing of the 1850s Wing Chun. Okay, what this have is not what people today saying the snake crane Wing Chun writing have this that is orders and before there's no Wing Chun before all this nonsense bullshit. I know that we know today that 1850s the snake crane Wing Chun writing is from Tai Fa Ming Gao. I can put in his face right away if he's today is here. I say you don't know shit on the Wing Chun 1850s, the internal. So let me share with you. You want real Chinese, real Buddhist, real Taoist, real internal? Let me share with the entire world today. Open it up like Neo in the Matrix movie. Just open the entire curtain to share the entire world. So here on, we need to have a standard, or else you put all our our Wing Chun brother and sister, you put it in a disaster. You like that? Do you like this? Do you like this? 28-second KO, where the Chai Lei Fat, Hong Sing Chai Lei Fat player KO the Wing Chun player in the Wing Chun tournament and get the champion. You like that? I don't like that. Okay? I don't like that. Even though I practice Hong Sing Chua Fat too. I'm a descendant of Hong Sing Chua Fat too. But I practice Wing Chun and you have to behave. Okay. So let me share with you. So this is the why one. If you have my book, where the hell it is? If you have my book, Wing Chun Inception, you can see the writing there, the full writing there. Why one? You say focus the intention union with the awareness while standing the equal shoulder stand or your 一级 kamyong. Focus the intention union with the awareness is the first thing in Chinese Kung Fu, in Xiu Lim Tao, you must develop. So what the heck is this focus the intention union with the awareness? Well, focus the intention union with the awareness is simply living in now. Didn't everybody talk about living in now? Be mindful, living in now. Or another word is call yourself back or restore your awareness, restore your intention, restore your focus. That's the first thing. Now, this thing is not about thinking. It's not about thinking. You need to develop it. That's why I make this YouTube. This is how you develop the call yourself back or living in the now or restore your awareness or restore your energy. It is not about thinking. If you go doing that way about thinking, like those people saying that, oh, the oldest riding is the snake crane Wing Chun riding. You have this internal, this bullshit. You just look at the people. Do they know how to call themselves back? And yet nobody know about this call yourself back. So this is the first step. If you talk about in the Buddhist term, Buddha's teaching term, this is the first step of samatha, the stillness training or the calmness training, samatha. The first state, the first step in the training of samatha, before you can still down, you have to bring yourself back, your mind back, your intention back, you're living in now. And this is the training. If you don't train that, what the heck? That's why when you don't have that training, you're keeping living in this fantasy. You cannot see what is going on. You never have all this training, you don't know what it is. And you just your mind is just flow like in a movie. You watch this movie, oh, well, this guy have this hand technique, that guy. And yet you cannot find out, figure out what is going on. And you say, well, my sifu told me that. You're good. Because your sifu is living in fantasy too. So the first thing is call yourself back. If you want to play Xiu Lim Tao properly, the first thing is call yourself back. It's not that Bruce Lee's you have some emotion content, uh what do you call that? Uh Total concentrations or emotional content. Bruce Lee doesn't know either. Proof? Let me share with you. If he really know, he will know his body is screwed up. And you say, well, Hendrik, are you the grandmaster, everybody and everything? No. That is the reason why when Buddha teaching the Dharma, Buddha asking his student to practice samatha. Call yourself back so you know your body. And the Chinese, the ancient Chinese in Shaolin, is using that in the martial arts, in the design of Shaolin Tao like that too. The Taoist is using that too. Go read the third chapter of The Secret of Golden Flower, the Taoist book. Okay. I think it's translated by Ka Yong, or it's related to Ka Yong, the Secret Golden Flower. Chapter 3 is that return the light. That is based on samatha. Okay. So it's very important. Call yourself back. But that call yourself back is based on the practice like this. It's not just looking at your hand when you're playing Xiu Lim Tao. Oh, this is mind power. You have a very Dao, Dull, the dull brain. If you're looking at your hand like that, this focus, the intention union with the awareness is a mindfulness, it's a dynamic stuff, is the first step of samatha. So that's how it link with the Buddhist and link with the Taoist. And don't tell me about this nonsense about, oh, it's not from 峨眉十二庄, it's from 峨眉十二庄. Well, Hendrik is wrong about the 峨眉十二庄. Hendrik make it up. Bullshit. You don't even know about calling yourself back. Your Sifu don't even know about it. So don't bullshit me, okay? So that's the first thing we Wing Chuners have to remember. If you call it a little idea, you talk about idea, mindful. The first thing is, do you know how to call yourself back? If you don't, the bet is all off. This is the practice to call yourself back. I put it out there for free. Now, after call yourself back, you want to talk about internal, about your dantian, your qi, all this internal. This is Y5. Union in dantian, do meridian 6. At this step, is this the second steps after the calling yourself back? You need to be able to call yourself back before you can get to the second step call. This second step is called effortless focus or effortless mindful focus. So why is it called effortless mindful focus? It is effortless mindful focus is because the mind, you have to be able to call yourself back, and the mind at that time is like a light, a torchlight, it shine at thing. But because it is like you turn on the light at the room, at the dark room, you turn on the light, it shine everywhere. You don't have to saying that, oh, I have to be really, really focused. No, it doesn't have to, but it shine. But it provided you need to have that light turn on. So the first is you call yourself back. You know where is the light. The second is like you turn on the light, switch on the light. Now, when you get to the second steps, you need to know your breathing, how you breathe. Okay? When your mind and your breathing synchronize or become one, merge into one. That is where you're capable to do the union in the dantian, or what we call that, xing qi to dantian, or xing qi to your lower abs. You first need to call yourself back, and then your your mental state, your mind state get into the effortless focus. Like I said, shine, the light shine out, and your breathing get into the subtle breathing, which is the subtle breathing of this recovery, the recovery state or the nurture chi training state. Remember the three training, the nurture chi training that you need the uh using the subtle breathing there. Now read my book, what, Decoding Wing Chun, if you want to get all the details and everything. So your mind is in that state, the mindful, effortless mindfulness focus state, or the light is turned on. Your breathing is in the subtle state. You anchor that thing. You merge them together and you anchor it in your lower abdomens. That's how your qi sing to dantian. That's how the process is. Your mind have to be shined out. Your breathing in the subtle breathing, they merge together, and you at the same time you anchor, or you do a mindfulness focus or effortless focus on your lower abs, and your chi sink down to dantian. That's number four. Number five, union in the dantian. You can talk about it like the post birth chi, the pre-birth chi union in the lower abs in the dantian area, or you're going to talk about the mind and the breathing union in the dantian area, or it's called Shen, spirit, and breathing merge. Shen yi qi he. That's how you generate that. But if you don't even know how to call yourself back, forget about it. And of course, because you talk about this breathing, you see, today's we know about that. You exhale through nose, how it influences your nervous system, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your blood vessel. Inhale through, you exhale through your mouth. Okay. How do you influence your nervous system, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your blood vessel? If you exhale through your mouth and you say slightly more activate if forceful. If you use forceful or you just signing, there's a different effect. You can raise your blood pressure or lower your blood pressure. Okay, you have all kinds of stuff in that breathing. That's why. That's why at this chi nourishing or recovery training, you don't use your mouth to you do forceful uh exhale like this. You don't do this kind of thing. You don't do those kind of thing. Because just mouth, because that raises your blood pressure. That you don't sing qi dan tian that way. Okay. So if you want to sing qi, this is your dantian. You want to sing qi to your dantian. You better know all what I'm sharing with you just now. So you see there's so many details inside there, level and level, stage by stage. That is internal. Don't give me just the term like Taoist, Taiji. Oh, snake crane riding is the oldest Wing Chun riding. Snake crane Wing Chun is the base of six core element. I challenge everybody, including Tai Fa Ming Kam, if he's still here. Where in your snake crane secret note have this calling yourself back, which is based on samatha of Buddha's teaching, and also this is union in Dantian, where it's based on the Taoist teaching, using the Buddhist teaching samatha. Where is in the snake crane note you have that? The idea, the answer is no. That's why in past 150 years since Tai Fa Ming come until today, none of the lineage descendant have this. So I share with you the three things today. Okay, the first thing is we need to have a standard. The standard in the curriculum, you know what you're getting into. The second thing is your teacher has to have a standard. Otherwise, you're doing land swimming. So I share with you three things. Number one, fighting is not what land swimming is. You need to go have a people who really uh, experience fighting to teach you fighting. Same with Wing Chun, same with BJJ, same with any real fighting arts. And you need to go through whatever the training if you want to talk about Wing Chun 1850, sticking body short strike. The second thing is stop on those hand techniques, all this nonsense where it's like they're playing the movie, like you look like if if those acting is the advanced Wing Chun, then the actor will be the grandmaster. But now you see the actor is sadly get into the health problem. Same with Bruce Lee. No, don't tell me that Bruce Lee is the father of the Kung Fu, the king of Kung Fu. Sorry, I don't buy that. Because by evidence, he is not. There's a lot of things he doesn't know. So you need to know about your fighting training, your fitness training, your recovery training, or the chi or neurosync training. Otherwise, you're doing damage to your body because you don't know what you're doing. The third thing, stop to using those the Chinese term like quoting Bible where you have no idea what the heck is going on. You think you'll be able to like in Moses, Moses story that you split the sea and you walk through the water split up. Well, those that story. And stop to give me all this. Oh, snake crane Wing Chun secret note is the oldest. You have the six core element and all this nonsense. I challenge anybody, even from the Red Book. When you not be able to tell me about that state of call yourself back and the state of a faultless focus, where it's based on Buddhism, Buddhist teaching, and the Buddhist and Taoist teaching, based on the samatha and vipassana training and the Taoist, for example, the Taoist teaching of secret of the golden flower, you don't know anything. Okay. So am I step at everybody? I am not. I am just clarify the entire thing. Today's Wing Chun belong to the entire world. It's not anybody's property. And how many people were going to lose their money, lost even might be their health, and put themselves in the danger zone if they do not get what I share with you today tonight clearly. Okay? What I'm sharing with you is the reality of the basic Chinese Kung Fu. So stop on this internal where you have no idea what is internal. You look at all the seafood who keeping talking about internal. Can they call themselves back? Do they know what the heck is calling themselves back? If they don't know, how can they get into the effortless focus? Do they know how to breathe? Do they know how to get into the subtle breathing? Do they know how to merge the mind and the breathing, or the shen and the breathing, and then anchor it down to the lower abs, the dantian area, the guan yuan area, or the navel area, and get the qi sink down? Of course, they never know how to do it because they have no idea even what I share with you tonight exists. So if you ask me, 100, can you do it? Sure. It's not only me can do it. You can do it as soon as you get the process, the procedure. Okay? So it's not about me. It's about the teaching is there. So if we don't get the standard back, the standard of the curriculum, the standard of the contents, and then the standard of the teacher is garbage in, garbage out. And everybody will always just take their seafood or their whatever ancestor as the king, the god of Wing Chun. Forget about it. You cannot last the confrontations of people like Xi Xiaodong because you have nothing there in the first place. So again, I say, do I like to see Wing Chun get KO 28 seconds? I don't. And when that happens, something has to happen. Thing has to be rectified, clarified. We all need to make correction because it's our fault to lead the entire thing until like this today.